was just recording because misclick. Anybody's out there and watching this in retrospect because I don't warm everybody up. Oops. Let's see here. We're going to launch on the Unreal Engine. I am continuing my tilting at windmills, which is kind of, yeah. Check for updated sequence table. Okay. So, init sequence table, git update. So it does things differently. Man. This is advanced through tick. So what this is doing is it has a step sequence that you edit, and then it does a bunch of stuff. And I really don't know why they wouldn't. It's really interesting to me that they would build it this way and that they wouldn't just make a generalized version that took MIDI inputs from, like, the step sequencers set up the MIDI inputs, and then they would, like, if you split this into two problems, I think it would actually be easier to code this because they built this step sequence player node, and it both generates the MIDI and then makes sure the MIDI file hasn't changed, and then plays the MIDI file and outputs that to the as a stream. But why? I don't understand why you wouldn't read the step sequence, like have the step sequence generate a MIDI, a set of MIDI, save that, and then play that set of MIDI, and then have two pieces that were individually useful, as opposed to one piece that does everything. I don't understand why you would do this way, except that, it was exactly the functionality they need, and it just doesn't make any sense that they would do this way. But that, that's just me. And a big part of me saying that is that that I really want, that would give me what I want. Like if it was continuously monitoring a set of variables, and you could look at that set, and it would look at that set of variables, and I mean, it wouldn't give me exactly what I want. I guess you would have to manage a lot on the other side. You need to manage the playtime on the other side. So the Metasound manages the clock, and in this case, because you're on the Metasound side, you can manage the clock, and then it plays the step sequence using that clock rather than using the MIDI side to manage the clock, essentially as a real-time clock. Okay, yeah, all right, fine, that makes sense. That makes sense. Okay, but I still wish it was done the other way. Test material, don't care. Let's see. So we're gonna see if step, if it does exactly what I wanted, is what I expected it to. Test step sequence and test step sequence. Let's see here. What does test step sequence look like? No. Okay. Note number 60. Note number 60. Okay, so we got, and then 62, 64, 65, 67, 69, 69, 70. So that should be a simple ascending scale. test step sequence. And then we have then we have an audio source. Audio volume. This goes to 0, 0, 0. And player start is at 0. Oh. Okay, so player start looks at A. Player start looks at that. No, player start looks at the audio source. Great. And step player. Okay. And now we want to add a Metasound in here. Step test. And we move this in here. We want a Metasound. Metasound source. Use a step player. And then we go in here. And we go step sequence player. Select asset, test step sequence, on play, MIDI stream to a horn, whatever functions, harmonics, generators, fusion sampler, MIDI stream. I'm gonna do audio mono out. MIDI, fusion sampler stereo. Okay. And then the audio source. Can I just drag this into the... No, how do I use these? How do I use a Metasound? I don't know. No, I can't just drag it in there. I think I have to... step player, and then step player Q. Wait, let's see if this mixer, nothing coming out of the mixer. We're gonna turn off voice meter for a second here, and we'll see what happens. You may not have audio. Oh, it looks like you do have audio, even when I turn voice mixer off, meter off. That doesn't play anything though. Okay. Okay. This is not fun. It's not doing what I expect it to. Let's do take step player Q, drag it into the world, push the play button. Okay, well that's great, clear. Well, I don't know where I am. That's marginally frustrating. Okay, clear. This really needs file, build all levels. Okay, let's see here. And this is now done loading, which doesn't mean a damn thing. Build logs, say selected. Great. Here we are, day in, day out. Traction eventually. Okay. Okay, while we're looking at this, let's look at this Harmonix plugin. Even though, bluntly, plugins, runtime, where's runtime? Harmonix source, editor, no, Metasound, public, Harmonix Metasound, nodes. Oh, it's a private? I don't know why it would be private. That doesn't make any sense to me. None of this makes any sense to me. Okay, so set clock. Okay. down and it says together is constructed completely different. Um, um, let's see here. So can't imagine pulse generator. What's the pulse generator do? Um, the opposite previous note on. Okay. Generates a series of pulses based upon whether or not. Right. I wonder if they've got a demo. I wonder if I'm supposed to open the demo and try the demo first before I start trying to make what I want to make. I mean, that would be a marginally logical approach, so let's try that for once. The marginally logical approach. MIDI test utility.cpp. Harmonix MIDI tests. Metasound tests. Stream logger, stream track filter. So they're using the MIDI stream a number of places. So I'm surprised, like, I mean, they obviously they're using MIDI to communicate around. I'm just surprised that they don't have a way to communicate MIDI except via the except via pulling out of the. I mean, I'd really love to just pass all of this to ChatGPT and be like, what the hell do I do with this? But that does not. Essentially, it's interesting that they don't have any kind of demo. I wonder if Epic was just like, release this. I know you don't want to, but go ahead. Well, because there's so many people building pieces of it. That's the thing. Is that I see several people building pieces of the same thing, and fact that I'm digging into this and I'm so apparently so far ahead of the curve. Let's see, audio. Let's look for harmonics in here and see if anybody's. Okay, right. Yeah, so I'm interested in why. What's this say? What code chunk is he passing around here? Build tools. Man, okay. As always, I am on my own, and that's fine. Okay. Can I play this and get actual results? Okay, I can, but I don't have any sound still. Okay. Let's take this audio ball and let's give it a speaker. I'm step player cue. Oh, God, I'm so far above my head on this, and I don't know why. Okay, I do know why, because I haven't programmed in C++ really in 20 years, and they changed, and this is just this giant framework, and I'm trying to figure out how to do one specific thing that is a big difference for this giant framework. So that's why I feel lost, and I just need to keep grinding away at it, and we'll eventually solve the problem. Init sequence table. Step sequence player operator. I mean, this file is huge. And I don't know, man. All notes off. Well, let's see if it knows how. Okay, Metasound source, okay. Assigned my Metasound asset to the Metasound component. Blueprint class. Backdoor. Play step sequence. Bonk. Add. Play. Step. Metasound. Add a component. How do I add a Metasound component? Well, does it need to be an actor blueprint? What kind of blueprint does it need to be? It should be able to overfull blueprint editor. It should be able to no. Audio component. Oh, okay. All right. So I need to create an audio component. Okay. Play step sequence. And then I also want to add a static mesh just so I can see it. Oh, the static mesh is the attached details static mesh one by one box, huh? Let's see. Oh. Okay, you have a box. Great. Okay, let's say 10 by 10 by 10. Okay. All right. And then we've got a play step sequence. There's a details sound of Metasound step layer Metasound source. component. And then the actor blueprint. Okay, so we're going to add component audio, set the sound to my step sequence audio sound, set up blueprint project, add the play for the audio component. So we go to here and we go to the event graph, in play, play step sequence, get play step sequence, play. And then we go like this, go like that, and we compile that, and then in theory, we drag that into drag this whole thing into, get rid of the audio volume because I don't even know what an audio volume does, and I am way over my head apparently. Kind of a schmoop. Oh, come on. And then this location 10, 10, 10. Okay. And then 0. Okay. I hear nothing. I'm not happy about it. I hear nothing. I see my cube. That's frustrating. And then output log. Okay. I wonder if I needed to loop. Let's see here. Loop, yeah, it should loop. Okay. And step size quarter notes. The clock input. Step sequence player. No, that's not how you access the MIDI clock. There's no way to access the MIDI clock. You are annoying. Metro MIDI not pod generator. Or MIDI player. Okay, so that's got a MIDI stream and a MIDI clock. MIDI clock just outputs. Let's take this MIDI clock and put that there. File, save all. Okay, stop. We're gonna duplicate this. Play, test, sound, and play step sequence. Sound, upright bass 45. Save, step player level. And then we got playtest sound. Delete that for the moment, and playtest sound goes here. And we push play. I didn't hear anything there either. Okay, so it does play. It is playing. I swear I heard it. I swear I heard something. All right, I had something that did this. That was just a test. No, man. Every time I mess around with sound in Unreal, it drives me insane. I didn't do anything there. I don't know if my normal speakers are playing anything. Hello. How are you, Ramona? Let's see if I can actually get any data.
לנור כדוריות הבושם, הוסיפו אותן לכל כביסה לווש.
Well, okay. I hear no sound. Yes, this is playing a sound. Play Metasound on start. Is that where the sound is coming from? No, it's coming from, oh, okay, it's coming from this thing. Great. Play Metasound on start. So both of them seem to work. They're not playing to my headphones, and that's fine. And play step sequence, step player. Okay, so let's take play test sound out and put play step sequence at 8. Okay, so play step sequence is not generating data audio. It's not generating audio at all. Step player, fusion sampler, patch. Oh, I don't have a patch set up for it. Oh, okay. Well, let's see if that generates the ascending scale. It does not generate the ascending scale I expected. Track number 1. Okay, transposition 0. MIDI clock speed is set for specs pitch. Let's see if I can delete that. What happens, huh? Still not generating audio. Huh. 5.4. Oh, she wandered off. Fine. I guess I can watch.
This is what the whole music industry has been waiting for. The Ultimate Producer Bundle 2024 is out now. It features 24 full samples.
All right, fam, I'm gonna try to do this real fast because this is during my lunch break. I'm doing this during my lunch break. So one of the things that I haven't seen yet, people are making really cool tutorials on the new 5.4 stuff. Some I've only skimmed, so sorry if it's repetition. But one of the things that I wanted to show was the Fusion sampler. Instruments about how to sample demonstrator. Got to type drums.
Okay, yeah. So it's got.
I'm gonna note up to I have. You see, I have 8 samples here, so I'm gonna go 68. So here, mid.
So
I'm just
fine.
drums, so I get like good to go.
So he's got the step sequencer set up.
Fine.
Great.
But I get rid of my one-shot interface. We don't care about that. And the first thing I want to do is we'll work backward. Okay, sample, boop. Right. We want take the same thing. We want to transport a MIDI clock and then the asset. But in this case, we've got a special step sequencer player for playing step sequencer. The new it's to audio. We have we need a trigger to music transport.
Okay. Okay. Okay, well now I don't know if it works. Great. I've got Metasound on my
Remember a function generator player clock generator and the
metronome MIDI clock generator. transport and a clock. Okay. And then okay, that's telling that's and then we turn voice meter back off. I have some output monitoring. And no output data coming out. Okay, great. Fine. We continue with voice meter on. Okay.
This will take transport input, and so will our player take transport input.
Right. Okay.
Cool. Boop. That's always fun. And let's make our tempo variable. Be in other words, a step in order is word, and now we got some beats.
Okay. Well, fine. Tempo. Huh? So step player. Output. This I don't need. Oh, output format. What is he call? What is the? Oh, it doesn't have an interface. It doesn't have a one-shot interface. Fine. Okay. And then
What we do is calculate the page of the step sequence based on the current position.
okay, yeah, it could. I could do that, but I don't care. Okay, so I just need a tempo.
A couple of days ago at GDC, Epic Games announced that they were releasing Unreal.
Okay. Tempo. What did he? It's interesting that I messed that up. That tempo.
All right.
Oh. Oh, it's an integer. It's a real-time input. Oh, okay. Input. All right. So that's this. Okay, oh, whole, half, whole. Oh, somebody messed up their whole scale, huh? Let's see if this works now. So it doesn't sound. Okay, so that's one scale. And it works. Great. So I've created a step sequence that does a whole scale on a piano. On a what? What did I put it on? E-piano. What does it sound like this way? A little staticky. That's okay. Okay, and then we got, what do we got? We got upright bass. Let's try the upright bass. octaves on that. Just a little walking bass here. All right, great. What happens if I do this? That sounds a little more, far more interesting. But let's see here. So, because it's doing. Let's see how it handles that. There we go. Quick break. Okay. So, sorry about that. Don't know who I'm apologizing to. Nobody's watching. And if they were watching, this would be the most entertaining thing that's happened all the time, all day. Ah, no. Chair on chord. Okay. Chair on chord. Chair off chord. And, well, you can see my toolbox. Tool bag. I have many tools. I do many interesting things. None of them are in this stream, apparently. All right, so we've got this MIDI sound source. It goes. Okay. Question is, if I change the step sequence. does change. It's looking for change. So this sequence player operator is an executable operator, and it has as inputs let's see here. Here we go. This is the sequence player. This is the piece that I'm looking at right now. Okay. And it has a step sequence asset. Okay. It has an input velocity multiplier here, max columns here, additional octaves here, input step size quarter notes here, input active page here, input auto page here, input auto page plays blank pages here. Okay, so the transport is just not on the list. And where is the output? Return, make unique. Okay. Create operator. And then where's the output? So that's the input data. Okay, so this is the input data. That's how that works. Fine. And it doesn't have an output set up. Bind output. So bind output, it just has a MIDI stream output. Okay. Okay. So my new plan is to walk OpenAI through this. Let's see here. Unreal Notes. Unreal Notes. Unreal Rhythm Game. Right. Okay. So, making the appropriate node. One. Create basic Metasounds node. No input for I've done this. I have done this. But let's try to get the guy to do it this time. Okay. Create the asset class to be imported by the Metasound node. Looked at by the Metasound node. Now, this asset class, input sequence asset is their asset class. Okay, so this just so this is just the execute block here. And this execute block all notes off. Execute transport spans goes to music transport controllable. Turn get transport state. Transport events this block. Okay, so that's just for the transport events. I do not need to, I'm not worried about the transport events. I'm worried about what the stream is doing. How is it sending things across the stream? This is still a music transport.cpp. I want to be in the step sequence player now. Let's see if this will handle something interesting. Huh? Let's see if this will handle negative 1.5 octaves. Interesting how different it sounds with just a half octave and then. I wonder if it's simulated at oh, uh-oh. Oh, and then -1. Chop this. Yeah, they just truncate this. Okay. Yeah, okay, so they don't they don't try to do any of the math on that, which is fine. It's just not what I expected. Well, Yeah, so step sequencer, that is interesting that they're doing the step sequencer because it seems like a halfway, and more than that, it seems like they kind of compromised here and they were planning on doing a real-time thing. Let's see if somebody has mentioned the step sequencer on the forums. Because the step sequencer is cool, but it's like yeah, this is all stuff about the sequencer, which is a whole different can of worms. Category advanced filters. No. Posted after, let's say April 15th, 2024. Search. Sequencer, this is all patchwork stuff in UEFN. Yeah, this is all patchwork node sequencer. So the reason that the sequencer, they even have the sequencer, is because it was patchwork, right? Obviously. Patchwork, okay. So okay. I'm just being polite to my future overlord. Let's see here. Here we go.
My whole life, the most
This I'm not gonna watch, I don't think. Let's see here. So we are building. So step sequence player operator, create operator, step sequence player pin names. Man, okay, so find inputs. Oh my goodness. Okay, so this is all for defaults. It's all defaults. This is all definitions, so it's all in one file, which I gotta tell you, I do not like that this is the way that a lot of people write their Metasound nodes. The example was in one file, and I want it split into public and private with headers, with a header. But apparently, this is the way it's supposed to be done because that's the way the example I read was done too. Uh, okay. But I don't see where it takes, and this is part of the problem. This is the thing here is that I've got the set sequence player, get node info, set up step sequence pin names, get vertex interface, which who knows what that does. Let's fold everything. How do I fold everything here? View, appearance, folding. Okay, collapse all. All right, and we're gonna go with this, and then we've got it a little more understandable. Okay, so execute. Execute has got to be where it. Okay, so it. If sequence table notes num equal to 0, all notes. If not sequence table. Okay, well that is no. Okay, and then it transport span processor. Okay. So this playing and continuing. Seek through tick, seek to tick. Okay, fine. Well, that's not telling me, that's not actually post-processor, transport span processor. Okay, switch current state, current flux and start equals start frame index, okay. And then it's got all nodes off, playing. Okay. Execute transport stands. Transport in pin. Well, that goes to. But where is it actually sending the MIDI? I mean, I see all notes off. Is it passing the MIDI ahead of time? That's all notes off. Advance through tick. If playing. Okay. Okay. No. Where's the actual? Okay, here we go. Okay, this is it right here. This is the meat of it all. Okay. If not, current cell notes I, note index I, note original note, SQL tables note, note number, transpose note, clamp, clamp, F MIDI stream event, MIDI event this. Okay. Right. So this generates a MIDI event and sends it off on the MIDI stream. Okay. Okay. So this passes the MIDI data along to the output. This is the meat of the whole thing. This is where the thing does the thing. Everything else is just supporting it. Um, um, okay, this is the thing right here. And this MIDI out pin. Okay. So things I need are the MIDI out pin. Resize cell states for table. Okay, so this just stops all the ones. Right. So I need to I'll need to create a table of all the MIDI notes that have been played, and then send a batch of. Okay, create table of all notes played. Okay, and then we've got a basic Metasounds node. I need to figure out what this MIDI out pin declaration setup looks like. Okay. This is the last one, right? So okay. It's mentioned in definition. It's mentioned in node definition. This is creation of the operator. Constructor. The output binding. Okay, so it prepares a block at the beginning of execution. Okay, and then we, let's see, the next one is really, we set the clock. We need the clock in. I'm not sure that's true. Let's see if really, so I do need this MIDI stream does need a clock on it. Okay, fine. Um, okay. And then um, this is the out pin. Right. So this chunk of code is cleaning it up. This chunk of code is this is turning off a note. Right. All right, and then this is great. I have the viewer, it's a spam bot. That is really making me happy. Okay, so we've got a MIDI out pin, MIDI in pin. Yeah. So this is just the MIDI out pin, fine. But Oops. Oops. Okay. So so we have the MIDI input. So what we need to do is somehow bind, because this file, it's a file essentially. What it must be doing is it's reading so what I'm going to need to do steps. One, set up transport object. Transport object cues up MIDI notes, which the node code takes off the cue and plays by sending down the stream. Okay, and then, all right, inputs. All right, so this is a new note. MIDI controller to Metasound design. So step one, MIDI input to stuffs into object. Object creates object stuffed into storage object. 3 set up MIDI stuffed into storage object. 3 storage object Q checked. By Metasound node pull Q pulled out Q works through note by note, and then MIDI data pass process view note. Yeah, process view note. Long stream. Stop all at commands available. And then MIDI history stored. So I guess we could store that, but that's optional. Optional, more work. Nobody likes more work. We're not doing that right now. Okay. That's all I need. So I need to do the stream needs what stuff does a stream need? Additional octaves. Let's see if additional octaves. In additional octaves. It's not even mentioned elsewhere in here. Man. So additional octaves is not, I mean, it works. Oh, okay. Transpose note. Okay, so it does transpose the note, clamps it. And oh yeah. In 32. Yeah, okay. So it just truncates that. Like I thought it did. That's interesting. they could move this. You could do half octaves if they move this to the end, I think. Let's make that suggestion. Or just put parent into it. Oh. Huh. Well, this is a lot more complicated than I thought it would be. Let's just find the answer to this question. So I want to, it's just a random C++ question. How would I get a float propagation following find process after multiplication by 12? Oh. F. Okay. Okay. Let's see if this compiles. Yeah. Okay, so 30 minutes left. Then I have to go make dinner for the children. At least start it. And now let's see here. Let's see here. Um, uh, okay. So I need a MIDI clock in pin. this because I'm not building that anymore. Okay. So what I should do I want to start from scratch on this. Know how to do what I needed to do quite as well as I do now. Do you have access to some of the data from those conversations? Okay. The infrastructure around Metasounds is pretty specific and architected. Hard to figure out exactly things I need to put together. And I want to take MIDI connector. I just want to take this whole bloody thing and delete it. We're just going to give up. We're going to delete this. And delete everything but the .h here. And everything with the .h there. See if that will build on its own. Now that I've deleted all the things that have tons of errors in them, I just want to build it so that I know that that building happens. That's annoying because that's not true. Okay. Oh, I need to get out of Unreal on this other thing. This other thing I don't need anymore because I'm moving on. But thank you very much for giving me a cool baseline. Oh wow, it's 6:40. and the family is home. Build failed. Great. Holy cow. Did that build fail? We're going to need a whole new project. I'm going to take this whole directory and archive it. And I don't think it's useful. But it taught me something very important. AI isn't going to solve all my problems, that's for sure. Okay. Yes. Get out of there. All right. Yes. But there's nobody watching, I don't think. At least nobody that said hello. So I can come out if you want. Okay. I apologize for the short stream today. I recorded like an hour of me just grinding on this thing, all this code that I just threw away. And then, yeah. So, I wish you the absolute best if you watch this. Thank you.